For this project, guys, we would be needing Asooke fabric. This is my Asooke fabric. I used just one of it. Yeah, so just one of the Asooke fabric. I'm using the thin one. You know, there are different kinds. I usually prefer the thicker one, but I couldn't get that. I need also my gum. They call it malam gum. Yes, you get that where they sell shoemaker things. You need the scissors. You need cardboard. Yes, all of these things, the gum and the cardboard, I don't know what they call it, but when I find it, I'll put it in the description box. But I know it's for making shoes also. So when you go to where they sell shoes, you can get that. It's called cardboard. You'd also need your ruler, a rule. So I use that, and then you need your tape. Now you'd measure a total of um 2.5 inches width, and then the length is going to be based on your head circumference. So for this project, I am working with 2.5 by 24 inches. So when I do that, the next thing I'm going to do is mark half inches on the sides of the cardboard, like half inches on both sides of the cardboard. So I'll go ahead and mark half inch here. You're going to see why that is necessary. Half inch here, and then on the other side too, I'm going to go ahead and mark half of an inch, and then I'm just going to rule. So remember that the length is 24, and that's because of the person's head I'm working with. The person's head circumference is 23, so I need to make it 24, and then this is where the half inch comes in. The half inch is to put is to so that when I join it together, it reduces the length of the cap to 23. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my gum on those sides I have marked. Just as you can see, I would apply my gum on those places I marked half inch. That's the both ends of my cardboard. So I'm just going to go ahead after marking and placing my gum there. I'll allow it dry a little, and then I will seal them together, just as you can see. So it's not dry. I'm going to leave it to dry and come back to it. So now that it's dry, I have put it together, and this is what I have. I'll drop that aside and go to my Asooke. Now my Asooke, because I have 24 inches, I worked with 24 inches for the cardboard. I'm just going to mark out 24 inches too on my Asooke fabric. So you see, I'm going to mark exact 24 inches, and then I'm going to mark it and cut it out. Now I remember I told you that the head circumference I'm working with is 23 inch, and the reason why all of these things are 24 inch is because of the allowance that I'll be needing. Okay, so I'm going to mark 24 inch and cut it out, and then when I mark 24 inch and cut it out, I'm going to sew it by half an inch on both sides. So that brings me back to the original head circumference, which is 23 inches. I beg your pardon. So I'm going to cut it out and go over to sew it. Now I have sewn it, so I have a total of 23 inches. I'm just going to apply gum on the parts where I sew so that it can slip. I don't want a rough work. Just as you can see, I'm just going to apply gum there and allow it to lay low so that I can now insert my cardboard into the cap. You allow your gum dry after applying it, and then you can use your hand to smoothen the places you sew, and voila, your Asooke is ready to be made into a cap. All right, so I just did that. Now and I'll allow it dry, and then I'll insert my cardboard into it. I don't know what they call the cardboard. I don't remember, but when I do, I'll put it in the description box below. So now I'm going to insert my cardboard into the Asooke, Remember, you might want to fix the back of your ashoke into the cap, like where you sew, and you also want to make sure that it's also touching, like the back, the joint, the place you joined is also touching your ashoke, like it's aligning with the places where you sew on your ashoke. So after doing this, the next thing I'm going to do is apply my gum. I'll apply my gum round my cap, that's the inside my cardboard. I'll apply my gum round all through my cardboard inside, so that I can, you know, gum my ashoke to the cardboard. I can have a smooth walk. So I'm just going to apply the gum round and show you what it looks like. So I've done so. I've applied my gum round and I have allowed it to dry a little. The next thing I'm going to do now is to start to push in my ashoke. Just as you can see, I'm just going to gum my ashoke, giving me a complete band, just as you can see. So I'm just going to go around it like this, all through, go over it all through like this, and then I'll show you what I make of it. So when you do this, remember to smoothen it as you place it on the gum. If you have a hammer, I don't have a hammer handy here. I think that would do justice. So it would help you have a smooth work. You can just tap on it gently if you have a hammer. So once you do this, you do this for the other side too. You apply gum on the ashoke also, and then just gum. So as you can see, I'm using my scissors here because a I don't have I don't have a hammer. Or is it a hammer or an hammer? A hammer, pardon my English. I don't have a hammer handy, so I'm using my scissors to just tap on it. Now I'm going to apply gum on the other side also. Just as you can see, I'm going to go round again just so that I can place my ashoke there, so that my band can be complete. So once it's dry, I've done so, and this is what I have. Now for this part, I cut out 10 pieces, 10" by 10", and I joined them together just to give me the base. I sew them, and after sewing, I'm going to apply gum and smoothen the edge of my fabric. So I'm just going to apply my gum here. I'm applying my gum. Remember, I cut out 10" by 10" in two places. 10 inches, I beg your pardon. I cut out 10 inches in two places. I'm going to place my cap on the ashoke, and I'm going to draw a line. I'm just going to trace it. You can use your tape rule. If you are like me, who is used to these things, you can just do a freehand and cut out the shape of your cap using your scissors. So you just cut it out, and there you go, you have your band. So now that I have my band, I'm going to use that same ashoke to cut out 2 pieces of my foam, so that to give me that firmness I want for the top of my cap. So I'm going to use that as a pattern to cut out 2 pieces of my foam. So here you go, I have 2 pieces of my foam. The next thing I want to do is apply my gum on it, allow it dry a little, and then place them together. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my gum, as you can see, and now I'm going to place them together. All right, your hammer can also come handy here also, as it will help you tap on them smoothly. The next thing I want to do now is bring my Asooke that I have cut out already, place my gum on it, just as you can see. I'll place my gum round my Asooke, and then after placing the gum round neatly, I will allow it dry for a few minutes, and then I'll head over to place it on my foam. It's that easy, guys. The foam that I have already put together. So the next thing I'll do now is, you can see how neatly I'm going to do that. Place my Asooke on my foam and then smoothing it with my hands. Smoothing it with my hands to give me a very clean work. So once that is done, we will head over to the final step of our cap. Now, the next thing we want to do now is place, because it's a man's cap, so you want it to have that shape of a man. That's why we cut it in oval shape. So now I'm going to place my gum round the cap, round the tip of the cap, because that's not inside, just the top, the tip of the cap, just as you can see. Just the tip there, not all around the cap, but round the tip. I'm sure you can see. I allow it dry a little, and now I'm going to place my cap neatly and gently from under, just as I am doing so. Remember to maintain your shape. All right, place it like that and gently push in your foam, the base of your cap that you have cut out. So you just push it that way gently, allowing all sides to go inside. Yeah, so you have to be careful. Make sure you push everything, and then you see that you get the desired shape before you can begin to gum or place gum on your Asooke cap. So you just continue to adjust round from under, tap on it, you adjust, then you now start to use your hand to gum, to place on your cap. So I have done that now. I've adjusted till I got my desired result, and this is basically what I have. This is my cap. So we want to move over now to cut the lining, because you don't want your cap looking like this. It looks messy, so you want to have a good finishing. So you place your cap on your lining. I use satin, bridal satin, for my lining because it makes it really look exquisite and clean. So you want to carve out the shape of your cap, leaving half an inch allowance. So I use freehand because basically I do this all the time. But if you're a beginner, you can use your tape rule to get half an inch round your cap. So I just use my free hands here to mark out the shape of the cap. After doing that, I'm going to go over and cut it out. So that is going to be my lining. That's how I line my cap. So right now I have cut it out. What is next for me to do now is to add gum to the cut out pieces of my cap. All right, so this is the fine face. I'm going to turn over to the other side. That's what I'm going to use. So now I'm going to just apply gum around my cap. You see, just a little above the foam. And then I'm going to also, when I do that round it, I'm also going to apply gum on the foam. When I do so, I'm going to allow it dry a little. So I've done so. I've applied gum round the tip of the foam and on the foam, and I've allowed it dry. The next thing is to put my lining on the part where I already applied the gum. So I put my lining there. I beg your pardon. I put my lining there, and then I just continue to adjust. All I'm going to do now is adjust and adjust until my cap is good to go. So this is what it looks like, as you can see. But that's not all. I might need to also cover the this is what the cap is. See how beautiful it is. Well, that's not all. I need a ribbon. This is why I have a ribbon, but sadly I don't have the exact color that I need. I would love a gold ribbon, but I don't have it, so I'll make use of the black ribbon that I have. So I'm just going to go ahead, apply gum on the tip of my lining, and then round it, and then use my ribbon to cover it like this way, round. Sorry, this is a black ribbon. I don't have a gold ribbon. I would have loved a gold ribbon, but this is how you make the finishing of your work really neat. So you just do that and you are good to go. So this is what our cap looks like at the end of the day. If you find this tutorial helpful, please kindly help me like this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, as that would be very encouraging. I'll also do a follow-up video on how you can attach a ribbon to your Awolowo cap. Thank you so much and God bless you.